Sky Racing, we link up at Inverell with Greg Cotchell.
Next along, Reddenborough and Extra Solid the Grey will complete the line, and then we'll have them set for a start in the 2003 Thomas New England Estate Wines Inverell Cup. Very heavily overcast. Extra Solid the Grey is the one that's just holding up the start at the moment. Number of people outside the course having a look at the start. Quite a number of cars also positioned at about the 1,000 metres position on the Tinga Road. Have a look. They'll give this cup field a bit of a roar as it goes past them. Extra Solid goes in. They're set to go. Starter Noel Colvin doesn't hold them long. Reddenborough and Stanmark stood in the gates as the cup field was released. Gallant Fighter, King Hire, Nova and Einor from Texas began brilliantly to make a line of four. Babyface got away brilliantly, so did Proud Mark. Kiamba Star's up running about fifth as they settle into stride. Midfield, Arctic Will. Off the bench is about 7 lengths off them as they go past the 1100. Don't Waste Words back fourth last. Hancock third last. Back there at the tail of the field, Reddenborough, Stanmark and Extra Solid. The leader is Gallant Fighter as they work down the back. Nova outside and Babyface races up to make a line of three, the fave. Two further away, Einor getting a beautiful trail as they cast the 800 behind them. King High is fifth, then followed by Arctic Will. Kiamba Star is trailing Arctic Will forward and Proud Mark trailing Kiamba Star forward. Off the bench is three wide as they go past the 600. Don't Waste Words back fourth last. Behind them Hancock followed by Extra Solid, Stanmark and Reddenborough still to the trailer. They race up to the bend in the Inverell Cup of 2003 and Gallant Fighter the leader. Nova sat patiently on its outside. Babyface a line of three and further out Hancock, Arctic Will and Einor just behind them. The leader Gallant Fighter. Here's Nova laying down the task. Babyface making a real challenge on the outside. Further out Arctic Will and Proud Mark and Don't Waste Words. The leader is Nova. Nova hit the front of the cup. Babyface from a long way back. Proud Mark. Nova in front. Babyface grabbing it. Flying home Proud Mark. Babyface. Babyface has won the Inverell Cup. From the fast finishing Don't Waste Words are at stablemate Nova, Proud Mark. There's a heap of them for that second and third money. Then followed by Einor, Kiamba Star. Oh, King High ran a great race to be up just behind the place getters, followed by Arctic Will. Gallant Fighter back there with Stanmark fourth last. Third last would have been Reddenborough. Hancock second last, and off the bench ran a game race but has finished at the tail of the field.
The Babyface of young Mitchell Bell in the saddle, and it's got the cash. Babyface, Proud Mark rattling home, and Nova also prominent. So to the winner, three favoured ahead of the one, but we'll await all that to be confirmed. Andrew Bensley, what's the latest on course news?
Yes, on track, Cara Dan's a bit of a drifter here, Brendan, number three. Certainly no value at the moment on the tote at around $3.90, $4. For Lorna, there's been a little bit of support. Number one at $10 is near enough to the mark. Vasalaos, you're near enough at $10. Looking down, Bolbard, last year's winner, is offering some value on the tote at $13. He Guy's been a drifter. It's Rysek for the Freya team, and Damien Oliver has had support in the last couple of calls. $5.60 the tote is pretty close to what they're betting number 8, and that's about the tail. The rest of them are at big double figure odds, Brendan. So Cara Dan, very easy, unders the tote at $3.90.
Okay, Andrew, correct weight we have at Morpheville on 12, A3 and 7. 2, the winner at Inverell, awaiting second and third to come through. This is the listed Bagot. As Vasalaos goes forward, we rejoin Dan Malecki.
Thank you, Brendan. Open race once again. Cara Dan favourite, $3.90 on Super Tab Cara Dan. It's Rysek has been solid, a bit of late support, sees it trim up. And at this stage, they're the only two that are in single figures on the track, Cara Dan and It's Rysek. Now, about half of them have been locked away, full of rhythm. One of the greys getting ready. And the Fats and Zamarin still away. Zamarin from the outside stall. Race 8, the Bagot, $100,000, 2,500 metres. In the last event, number 4, Narita, Danny Brereton taking the ride. Now the Fats is still away. Stablemate of Vitali. The Fats moves up. Zamarin locked away. They're set for the Bagot handicap. Racing. caught them in a pretty good line too. Forlorna, one of the best out with Vasileos, and Lady Mulroy will race forward from Cara Dan, and then from wide draws Soldado and Zamarin are moving forward. Then came Bold Bard. He guy about 8th on the rails from Trafalgar Flyer. It's Rysik, Vitelli 3 deep. The grey Full of Rhythm, then the Fats, Prolific and Blue Ted. Going out of the straight, and Lady Mulroy takes up the running. Out 4 wide Zamarin, 3 deep is Soldado. They're moving forward, getting past Vasileos and Forlorna in the yellow colours on the rail. In 6th position, He Guy, Cara Dan around it. 2 lengths to Trafalgar Flyer. Next is Bold Bard, last year's winner. Another 2 lengths away, Vitelli. Outside, it's Rysek. 2.5 lengths to Full of Rhythm on the outside of the Fats. Second last is Prolific, and Blue Ted whips them in. 1,700 metres to travel, and Zamarin has worked its way clear. From the outside gate, Zamarin takes up the running and is now 2 lengths in front of the mare Lady Mulroy. 2 lengths away in 3rd position. Over on the rails is Forlorna. On its outside, Soldado. Vasileos is now 5th on the outside of He Guy. Next is Cara Dan. Then came Trafalgar Flyer from It's Rysek and Vitelli. Back 3rd last on the inside was the Fats with Full of Rhythm around it, and then Prolific and Blue Ted. They head past the halfway mark now. They've got 1,200 left to travel, and the leader is Zamarin. By a length and a half to Lady Mulroy. 2.5 lengths to Forlorna in 3rd position. Soldado is around it. 2 lengths away 5th is Vasileos. Next is He Guy. 1.5 to Cara Dan. Then Trafalgar Flyer from Bold Bard. 2 lengths to It's Rysek. A half to Vitelli. 2 lengths away then to the Fats from Full of Rhythm, and 3 lengths to Prolific and Blue Ted. 1,000 metres to travel, and Zamarin leads by a half a length. Lady Mulroy's gone up closer. 2 lengths to Forlorna on the inside of Soldado. Vasileos was 5th. Next is He Guy. Cara Dan starting to improve from Trafalgar Flyer. Prolific takes off around the outside, and then Full of Rhythm making up some ground as they bunch up before the home turn. Zamarin on the inside leads Lady Mulroy. Soldado 3 wide. Vasileos 4 wide. Cara Dan travels up nicely 5 wide. Vitelli after it, then Prolific and Full of Rhythm the widest runner. It's Rysek running up behind them, but into a dead end. Into the straight, Zamarin led. Collared now by Soldado. Vasileos and Cara Dan. It's Rysek getting the run through on the inside. Cara Dan moved up to hit the lead from Soldado. Getting through as It's Rysek. Vitelli, and here's Bold Bard out wide. Cara Dan, It's Rysek and Bold Bard. Cara Dan grabbed by Bold Bard. Bold Bard hit the lead, and Bold Bard does it back to back in the Bagot. Bold Bard won it from It's Rysek and Cara Dan. Then Trafalgar Flyer, a good run from He Guy, Vitelli the Fats, Vasileos and Forlorna. Next in Soldado, then Zamarin, Lady Mulroy, Prolific, Blue Ted and Full of Rhythm. Bold Bard's done it again. Reese Wheeler won this race last year, won at big odds, and once again today's been at pretty good value. It's Rysek got through on the inside, looked a big chance, but there was too much power in the tank for Bold Bard. It's got it, and 3rd 3 Cara Dan had a lovely run and every possible chance. The time 2:38.8. 5.83 Bold Bard, Reese Wheeler, trained by Bryce Stanaway, and he won this race last year, so that's a big feat for him. Bold Bard number 5, 5.83, and 4th in another one of the bolters, and that's Trafalgar Flyer in a mighty race. It's finished officially 4th, and 5th in was 7. So it's 5.83 there, Brendan, on race 8, the Bagot handicap.
And back to back, eh? Good call too, Dan. Enjoyed that.
The Carly Gavenlock stables at Gosford, now they're all in. This is 1,400 metres on a dead track. No rain for the last hour. Racing in the final event, Luskin L'Etoile didn't jump all that quickly, and the same for Coveted. Fuel jumped nicely. Raveheart out well and is looking for the lead. What's Trump's going up swiftly. Quadri not far away. King Capo's trapped out very wide from Our Survivor, Scarab Miss, and then a break to Barbarouse, and very deep is Coveted. Dudley Do Right from Luskin L'Etoile, and Absolute as Olivier. To the course proper they gallop, and Raveheart is the leader clearly now from What's Trump's in second. Posse a length and 3/4 away third. And whipping up quickly, Coveted, followed closely by Fuel on the inside, Quadri in the middle. Deeper out is King Capo, a length and a half then to Our Survivor, Barbarouse, followed by Scarab Miss, Dudley Do Right. Over on the rails is Luskin L'Etoile, and Olivier's last. Down past the 600 they travel, little or no change in the order. Raveheart from What's Trump's. 2 to Coveted, and then King Capo, Fuel, followed by Our Survivor, Quadri, Barbarouse, and then Luskin L'Etoile. Scarab Miss hooking to the outside from Dudley Do Right. And on the extreme outer is Olivier in the stretch, 350 to go. Braveheart from What's Trumps. On the inside is Our Survivor, King Capo joining in, and so too is Barbaroos. Scarab misses a minute away, but the favourite Barbaroos hits the front. King Capo trying to match Barbaroos, not having a lot of luck. Then Olivier, but Barbaroos is drawing clear. Here's another one for Beatman, and Barbaroos wins it from Dudley Do-Right and King Capo, then Olivier and Coveted. Further back in the field, What's Trumps, Our Survivor, Quadri, Scarab Miss. Didn't run up to expectations, and then came Luskin L'Etoile from Braveheart knocking up, and Fuel last to complete the course.
Barbaroos 251.30, giving Darren Beatman a winning treble. John Hawkes to the fore once again with his team, and the son of Octagonal collecting the cash. King Capo in third position at $2.90. So 1, 5 and 2. We just await fourth to be confirmed. Also Quinellas and Trifectas. And quaddie numbers are 4, 4, 2 and 1 on the Randwick program today. But Barbaroos, the 4-year-old, makes it career win number 3 at its 11th career start. That's Randwick's last race on the card, run and won, with just fourth to be confirmed. Our thanks to Chris Kearns, trackside with all of the action today. So Darren Beatman in the winner's circle, and Johnny Hawkes registers a winning double on the program. Now Morphettville is due in 6th.
On their way. In the yellow colours, Cognition. Michelle Payne aboard. Matthew Gatt riding Canchita. Craig Newitt riding Shah Elma, and Danny Brereton riding Narita. All pick-up rides this afternoon. Can't remember a day in the city that we've had so many rider changes for whatever reason. Linda Meach fell earlier on. She was okay, but not able to take her later engagements. Damien Oliver missed a ride through weight. Darren Gauci hurt his neck, or aggravated a neck injury, and he couldn't ride. Chris Simons also, and Andrew Finlay couldn't ride today, but just one of those days. They're all locked away in the last. Open race, Largo and Danewich are the equal favourites on the track. Largo favourite on the tote with Damien Oliver riding. They're racing in the final event in Costa Rica. Dwelt at the start. One of the first to appear was Flora Bunda, and it's driving through to just lead in the early part of the race. Then Perry is going to race forward with Danewich. Canchita goes up to second outside Flora Bunda. Danewich is about fifth. Largo's over on the rails. Naz Princess is wide at the moment, and it's back about midfield as they pass the 1,000 metres. Archmobile's getting up on its inside. Then Narita from Cognition, Maruch and Costa Reno and Shah Elma settle down at the tail of the field. Flora Bunda is the leader with 800 to go. 3/4 of a length in front of Canchita. Largo's third on the inside of Perrier, 3 wide as they round the turn was Danewich. Hasn't had a lot of luck. And then Naz Princess from Archmobile. Narita beyond midfield. Around it Cognition, then Maruch on the rails. In Costa Reno was second last, and Shah Elma at the rear of the field as they round the turn. They've got 500 left to travel. Flora Bunda with the inside running, joined by Canchita. Perrier 3 wide. Danewich is 4 wide. Largo looking for a run right behind them. So's Naz Princess. Maruch is going well, but can't see daylight at the moment. Flattening out into the straight, Flora Bunda and Canchita together. Largo coming off their heels, then Maruch, Danewich, and down the outside, Cognition is unleashing now. Cognition beyond the centre of the track took the lead. Maruch getting out looks the obvious threat. Cognition in front, though Maruch can't go with it, and Cognition's coming clear to beat Maruch and Largo. Cognition first, Maruch second, Largo third, then Danewich, Shah Elma, and then Archmobile. Canchita next home from Flora Bunda, Naz Princess, then Narita didn't finish it off from In Costa Reno and Perrier.
9, 10, 7 across the line, thanks to Dan Malecki at Flemington today. Fourth to be confirmed, and Michelle Payne in the saddle for the last one of the suggested males from Tony Brassel this morning on Inside Running. Cognition coming with a withering burst to collect the cash in the last. With the Seagulls spread eagled by Cognition over the concluding stages. Fourth we have to confirm. Quaddie you already have on earlier races. 6, 1, 4 and 5 were your numbers. $3,117. So 9, 10, 7 across the line. We await Quinellas, Exactas, Trifectas and fourth placing to be confirmed. Now Ascot, we're on start time. Modem and the very, very smart Secret Remedy are the ones vying for favouritism ahead of Cougar Raw.
Racer and 4 Fiery Explorer, more shortly. There's the scene at Ascot. Field just heading out for the Perth Cup, so they are running fractionally late. Second, Ballarat in 2 minutes. Complicated is a rating special ahead of Lone Dancer, Leo's Lady and Just Like Power, 7, 4, 1 and 5. Complicated's had 5 starts for 3 placings for Carmel as a party. And let's have a look at the betting order for the feature race. Turmeric at $4.50 ahead of Bold Mirage. So the 2 Matthews runners leading the brigade as far as the betting is concerned. Mr. Tambourine Man, third pick, and Dan and Matt is at $8.90. So punters think there's a big chance that history will be made at Ascot today. 5, 7, 9 and 12 top 4 as the field arrive at the start. Darren McCauley getting set to call the feature race in Perth. Now Ballarat are at the boxes. You would assume that they will jump first. Mirage and Mr. Tambourine Man, big crowd in attendance. Parks are at the start for their next event on the program, but obviously with Perth being a Group 2 race, it will get preference over that Parks event if they are to clash. All is in readiness now in Perth. The field's starting to move up, so let's head trackside for the Perth Cup and Darren McCauley for the call.
Keep the barriers. The call, the big one this afternoon, is Darren McCauley.
Yes, the field gradually moving up into line here for the 2003 BMW Perth Cup. The crowd is jammed in here to the course. Only standing room available, certainly in front of the grandstand at the moment. The favourite is Turmeric. So Canny is about to be brought forward, along with Time Signal, the Queensland Cup winner, and Tuart's Pride. The remaining 2 or 3 runners come up into the stalls. Almost set to go, 3,200 metres the distance. And the starter will soon come to the top of his stand. Bold Mirage has drawn the inside stall, the stablemate Turmeric, to run favourite. The starter's on the stand, ready to go. Lights turned on. Set for the Cup of 2003. And again, to an enormous roar from the crowd, they're off from the 3,200. Miller wasted no time with Play the Whistle. She was amongst the first away. Tuart's Pride began very quickly, and so did 0 Point, who's going up in search of the lead. Just behind them, Fujiyama settling down. Mr. Tambourine Man caught wide in the early part of the race and going forward also as they settle Super Moss. Bold Mirage just in front of those, and going around them, Higgins Gold. So Canny's just behind them, one off the fence as they settle. A length and a half, our Annabelle. Then came Turmeric over on the outside, a little more than a length away. Then Jack inside of On a Lap. Dan and Matt wide early. Exit lane taken right back in the field with Della Ventosa. 2 lengths to Time Signal, and Moonrise pulling over on the fences last as they come down to the home corner. 2,400 metres out in the Cup. The 4-year-old Higgins Gold has gone around the outside. He takes up the running. Straightens up. Led a length and a half on Super Moss. One away, then 0 Point starting to pull a little. Mr. Tambourine Man parked 3 deep in the run up the stretch. Back on the inside, Play the Whistle. Then Tuart's Pride getting a perfect run behind her. Then came Fujiyama, Bold Mirage pulling. They're being followed by our Annabelle and So Canny at the judge now with a lap to go. Then came the favourite Turmeric from on the inside. Jack, Dan and Matt's into the field. A length and a half on a lap. Exit lane is next. Over on the inside, Della Ventosa, Time Signal. Just being pushed along a little here by Johnny Powell, and on his inside, Moonrise. 1,800 metres to travel in the Cup. Higgins Gold in front. Led a length and a half on Super Moss. Over on the inside, then the Sydney Stayer, 0 Point third, settling better now for Brown. Mr. Tambourine Man finally in after tramping 3 deep. On the fence then came the mare Play the Whistle. A little more than a length to Tuart's Pride. She settled much more handy to them today. Bold Mirage on her inside, then Fujiyama going up into the back at the 1,400. A length to our Annabelle and 3/4 to So Canny. Plate's biding his time with Turmeric. He still has Jack on his inside. A length and a half, Dan and Matt at the 1,200. Back to where they started in the Cup. On the fence to Della Ventosa. Exit lane only 3 behind him. And they included On a Lap, who's back third last on the inside of Time Signal. And last of all is Moonrise. Nearing the 1,000 metres, Higgins Gold in front. Super Moss going up now, putting him to the test. And Miller's about to go forward with Play the Whistle. A length away, 0 Point. He's off the fence, given a perfect run by Brown from Bowl Mirage. Mr. Tambourine Man just behind them with Stewart's Pride. Our Annabelle is next on the rail from So Caddy. Now being pushed along Turmeric. Exit Lane's about to go up and join him. A length and a half further back then to Fujiyama. Under great pressure from Della Ventosa. Dan and Matt's a long way back with On a Lap, Moonrise, Jack and Time Signal back to last. Higgins Gold still in front. He comes around the corner, but here comes So Canny setting out after him. And So Canny shortly afterwards at the 400 reached the lead. Turmeric's gone up stylishly. He's moved up within a length of So Canny when they turn, and Bowl Mirage 2 lengths away third. The favourites out after them. Turmeric given his head by Johnny Clade at the 200, exploded to the front. He draws the whip on Turmeric. He's 2 clear from So Canny. Bowl Mirage. Alan Matthews will saddle up his 6th BMW Cup winner. Johnny Clate's going to ride his first, and Turmeric's going to blitz them. Turmeric, the favourite, wins the cup in a canter from So Canny. Bowl Mirage might have got into third place. Dan and Matt Stewart's Pride dived at him though. In behind them, our Annabelle, and then Mr. Tambourine Man, Moonrise. A long way back, Exit Lane, followed by Time Signal, then 0 Point. Next home, Della Ventosa. Higgins Gold gave a bold account. Then came On a Lap, Fujiyama, Jack, and the last one home is Play the Whistle.
Still there on the leader's back, and then Power Forward. Jody Leable on the inside. Kaki Dion.